Alright folks, the data is in and it's been analyzed. It's been said that seeing is believing, so I'll let the video clips do the talking that were taken by one of my Bushnell trophy cams at the site indicated in part 1 of this two-part series, where I have applied Green Monster Deer Attractant, which is a product that has been formulated by my friend Jason of myhuntprofile.com. For those of you who caught part 1 in this series, you know I had just applied a generous portion of Green Monster Deer Attractant to some stumps and tree limbs that are located along a major deer traveling corridor that just happens to run right past one of my bow hunting stands, which is located on the back side of the tree lying on the left side of these video clips. Here, I have just climbed down from my stand after an eventful hunt, which took place on the eve of Missouri's main firearms deer hunting season. Now, not to toot my own horn, but if you really want to be watching this video with the proper perspective, it will help if you view part 1 in order that you familiarize yourself with the items of vegetation that have received a dousing of Green Monster Deer Attractant. Our first taker is a little rabbit that is milling about the area. Check out the doe in the background. She is making her way to the stump I treated with Green Monster. Our first big buck makes his grand entrance. He is very near the dead hedge tree limb that received a liberal dousing of Green Monster. Here's another curious fella who just so happens to have a doe in tow. Could it be that the rut is on? I'm guessing this just might be the case. Keep your eyes peeled on this doe as you watch the next few video clips. She's quite enthralled with that dead hedge tree limb I'd referenced earlier that I hit pretty good with Jason's Green Monster Deer Attractant. Now it looks like she's nosing around another spot at ground level that received a dousing of attractant. As deer hunters, this is just what the doctor ordered. We want something that will distract the deer, something that will potentially divert their attention from us, that will give us enough time to make an ethical shot on our prey. Here we go again. This behavior looks familiar, doesn't it? That limb really is in a great spot. It's just below their noses as they pass along the trail. Deer and rabbits aren't the only critters who've shown an interest in Green Monster Deer Attractant. As you can see, This member of the local masked bandit community is curious as well. Check out this buck as he stops to sniff the stump that has been treated with attractant as he makes his rounds. In this video clip, taken with one of my Bushnell trophy cams, we have a little four-pointer who decides to investigate the scene. Here's yet another doe that's curious about the attractant that's been placed at ground level. You've probably noticed, but she's not the only deer that's seen my tree stand without becoming alarmed. Now that's a big old raccoon if I've ever seen one. Here's a clip of a raccoon that's been drawn to the aroma of Jason's concoction. Take a look at this big fella as he scent checks the wind. I shared this one on my personal Facebook page a few weeks back. This girl's a bit wired, eh? Looks like a little more evidence that the local whitetail herd is in the rut. After examining the previous clip, it appears this doe is being pursued by a buck. However, she still doesn't mind taking a time out to see what's cooking at ground level. Here's another clip showing a doe licking the dead hedge tree limb to which the green monster deer attractant had been applied. Check it out. She's listening to the buck grunting. If you listen closely, you can hear him too. More licking of the dead hedge tree limb. Here are a couple of gals nosing around at ground level. Looks like this old boy's just passing through. You might want to give it just a bit more thought there, youngster, if you're thinking about heading in that direction. Yep, apparently even house cats can't resist the lure of green monster deer attractant. I'm really not sure what to make of this new smell in my neck of the woods. All I know is it has all my girlfriends fired up, not to mention all the bucks in the area. Maybe I ought to check it out too. Alright, I've been looking forward to this for the past couple of weeks. I'll bet there's some really good footage on my Bushnell trophy cam to share with my friend Jason on his website, myhuntprofile.com. Well folks, that pretty much wraps up my field testing of Jason's product, Green Monster Deer Attractant. Before I let you go, I thought I'd share a screen snip from Jason's Facebook page, myhuntprofile.com. I guess you could say it really made my day. Thanks, Jason, and thank all of you for taking the time to tune in for the show.